Hi everyone, welcome to CXO Mindset video series. So I think you have watched my very first video in this video series. Now I'm going to talk about another important factor which kind of it's related to working capital management. So the main topic is cash cycle, how to manage cash cycle. So when we talk about the cash cycle, it's always I'm talking about the short term cash cycles, because when we talk about the cash cycles we have to consider three factors. So those three factors are: one is data collection period, one is creditor settlement period, other one is inventory holding period. So when we talk about these periods we are calculating for understanding about the cash cycle, how we can manage the cash, whether we need excess money through the loan or something, or if we have extra money, whether we'll deposit somewhere or get interest. Likewise, we are getting some kind of decisions. So whatever happen, if you are a CEO, if you are a CFO, you might need proper understand, not might, you must need proper understanding how to calculate these figures, because we are always used to get decisions based on figures. It can be big figures, small figures, percentages, whatever happen, you are getting decisions based on figures because you are not going to involve for the operations. But when you are getting decisions based on the figures, you must need to have knowledge how they are calculating, because the users can, not users actually, the people who preparing those figures, they can do manipulations. So you should be able to calculate those at least randomly and get understanding whether these calculations are correct or not. So when we talk about this cash cycle, we have to consider about three factors, as I told you: data collection period, creditor settlement period, and the inventory holding period. So when we talk about the data collection period, what is this? We'll show you proper map in my digital board, but now I just wanted to give you proper basic understanding about this cash cycle. When we talk about the data collection period, if we sold something to any customer based on credit period, it might get some time to cash inflow, which means if we give 30 days credit period for any customer, if we sold goods today, if we dispatch today, it will take 1 month to inflow cash. It will take 1 month to cash inflows. But how we are manage this 1 month without cash? Whether we'll have to go for a loan, or especially not for the loan, especially for the OD, because these are short term cash issues. We will have to go for a debt. Other than that, go for debt, we have other options. I will talk about later. That's how we are calculating debtor collection period. Then creditor settlement period. What is that? Vice versa of creditor debtors. If we bought something for the credit basis, we will have to pay that cash not today, even after the credit period. Imagine you are getting 15 days credit period for your purchases. If so, you don't need to pay today, but you have to pay after 15 days. But what's the benefit of that? You can use that cash which you have to pay within those 15 days. Which means if you have money today, you don't need to pay today. You can use that money for some, even you can invest somewhere and get return. But end of the 15 day only you have to pay that. Then that day you have to get you can get money and pay them. And other one is inventory holding period. This is kind of crucial one, critical for the calculations, because the reason is when it comes to inventories, there are different levels. If you are a buy and selling company, it's fine because you can buy and you can sell. There is a small inventory holding period, calculation also very easy. But if you are a manufacturing company, you have processes, your inventory have different stages. There is a pro material stage, there is a WIP stage and finished goods stage. So those stages, the period you are keeping those inventories in the different stages, we can identify as an inventory holding period, which means after the GRN until the dispatch, you are keeping your inventory somewhere. You can't convert into cash. So that period we identify as an inventory holding period. So these are the three factors we have to consider. Based on three factors, we are calculating cash cycle, which means short-term cash excess or cash deficit. So if we have excess, we can invest. If we don't have money, we can go for other options. So we will talk about those options. This is a basic idea about the cash cycle, but let's discuss those stuff in the digital screen, because the reason is I want to show you how you have to calculate debtors. Yes, when I'm talking that it seems like very easy, but when it's come to calculations, because if you have a lot of creditors, a lot of debtors, you might have to give some effort for calculate, because you are not calculating a holding periods for one customer or one creditor or one inventory. You are calculating those periods for all the debtors, all the customers, and all the inventories. So that's why these calculations are very crucial, and these figures are very important for the decisions making. So let's discuss those stuff in the digital screen. So until next video, stay safe. Thank you.